Once again, the good old Southern boys from NASCAR invaded Riverside, California for the Western 500. They brought with them their thundering late model stock cars and a competitive fierceness unmatched in any other form of auto racing. David Pearson, driving the Wood Brothers Purolator Mercury number 21, captured the pole position. The fourth year in a row that Wood Brothers Mercury took fast time on this 2.62-mile road course. Cale Yarborough was the second fastest qualifier in the Car Care Chevy 11. Bobby Allison in another Chevy, number 12, was third. George Fulmer fourth, with the third row consisting of Gary Bettenhausen and Richard Petty. They led this 35-car field down for the green flag, and they're off. There goes Yarborough. Cale loses it as the entire field snakes through the S's. David Pearson jumps into the early lead with Bobby Allison second. Cale straightens it out and gets back on the track, but now he's dead last. Out of turn 9 and past the start line, Bobby Allison pulls up on the outside of Pearson and takes the lead away. But in the S's, Bobby goes wide in the dirt, and David grabs the front spot back. George Fulmer is third, Petty fourth. On the second lap, George Fulmer's number 15 stalls in turn 6. Unable to start it, a wrecker pushes him off the track and behind the pit wall. When this happened, Gary Bettenhausen fired the Matador, number 16, into the third spot. Entering turn 6, Bobby Allison slides his Coke machine into the front spot and drops Pearson into second. Gary Bettenhausen is a distant third in the Matador, with Richard Petty closing on him in the Dodge. Now Cale Yarborough in the Monte Carlo 11 has come from the rear of the field to the 10th spot, and he's really moving. That was number 98, Richie Ponch, who hit the wall, spun out, but he's all right and gets back on the track into the race. On the 16th lap, Cale Yarborough has caught Bobby Allison. He's running a strong second and challenging Bobby for the lead. One lap later, Allison can no longer fight Yarborough off, and Cale takes him on the high side through turn 9 to grab the lead. From last to first place in 17 laps has to be some kind of a record. Petty has been working Bettenhausen over on every lap. Now he tries him again through the turn. Car 9, Tony Bettenhausen Jr. bobbles it through the S's, goes off the track, but gets right back on again. 94, Bill Osborne blows an engine, goes off the track, up the hill, and comes to a rest against the retaining wall. Another car out of the race. Look out! Gary Bettenhausen loses it in turn 8. He spins it around. The yellow flag came out briefly, but he gets back on the track, and the green flies again. Race leader Cale Yarborough pits, and the Junior Johnson crew goes to work. This stop took them almost 40 seconds, and David Pearson took over the lead. But on the next lap, he pitted, which put Bobby Allison's Chevy number 12 out in front. Richard Petty's number 43 Dodge holds second place. 11, Cale Yarborough is third, with David Pearson's Purolator Mercury fourth. The heavy overcast skies that had been threatening all day finally shed water. And after a couple of spin-outs on the wet track, the yellow light flashed. The red came out on the 63rd lap, and the race was halted for later on a Saturday. The Porsche pace car led the field off the start line to resume the action on the 63rd lap where they left off a week ago. After several pit stops, Cale Yarborough in number 11 led all cars down for the green flag. 72, Benny Parsons was second. David Pearson's 21 is third. Allison in the Chevy 12, fourth. The skies are no more promising today than they were a week ago. And these boys all look like they're in a hurry to beat the rain. All cars are really jockeying for position now. Cale is cutting those corners high and low, trying to stretch his lead as all cars jam into the turn. There goes another one. Car 9, Tony Bettenhausen, lost it entering turn 6. Goes off the track, spins in the dirt, and then goes back in the race. There's a wild wheel. Look out. The yellow comes out again on the 118th lap when J.D. McDuffie in the Chevy number 70 breaks his suspension and loses a wheel in the fourth turn. With the yellow on, all the action goes to pit road. On the restart, Cale Yarborough is the leader in the Cartier Chevy 11. Bobby Allison's Coke Machine second. David Pearson third. Petty fourth. Nobody told these rebels they're supposed to go single file through the turns. These country boys run this track like a dirt road through the mountains. But that do make it thrilling, don't it? Cale is out in front, smiling and running like he's got a trunk full of booze. Richard Petty's running second and slowly closing the gap on Cale. David Pearson, Mr. Cool, he's in the third spot, figuring if he doesn't win this one, he'll get the next one. After all, it's only money. By the time the final lap comes up, Cale Yarborough has about a 3-second lead over second place Richard Petty. David Pearson has to settle for third. Benny Parsons fourth. And Bobby Allison, who had some transmission troubles, takes home the 5th place money. Cale eased his Monte Carlo toward victory lane with tender love and care, for it's here that he ran out of gasoline. The crew didn't want to call Cale in for gas. They figured he had just enough to make it, and they were right. But there was over $15,000 riding on that decision. And you can do it when you're hanging on to the hand of Lady Luck.